Before we start, can I just say how much I freaking love Demi Lovato's documentary Simply Complicated. I am so proud of her for being so raw and honest and just opening up to the world in a way that can help so many people. I am obsessed. Like, I could literally watch it again. Huh, maybe I will. Well, hello everybody and welcome back to my channel, or if you're new, hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Sophie, and yes, you would be right, I am in my dressing gown and my pyjamas, but as you can probably hear from my voice, I have been sick, and when I get sick it just aggravates all of my other illnesses, which is just the reality of chronic illness. And today was one of those days where I wanted to make my video, but I have been sick and I haven't had a chance, and today was my only day, so I was like, I really want to film it, but I don't feel good, so we're just gonna roll out of bed. Basically what I mean to say is I'm just a stubborn little cow, and I still wanted to upload a video for you guys this week, so we're doing it in my dressing gown, and it's my channel, and who says you have to get dressed? Not me. And you know what? I woke up like this. I have a question for all of you, or well, okay, a few, but I mean, who's counting? Why is it that we are taught that the colour of our skin doesn't define us and shouldn't affect our relationship with people, or our gender, or our religion? But there's no one really showing that just because you have a disability, that doesn't define you, and that you should be treated any differently or judged or bullied for having a disability. I know that not everyone listens to what they're taught, but I don't see these things being taught in school or by friends or family or people in the public eye. I mean, whether it's invisible or visible, that doesn't mean that you should be treated any differently, and it doesn't affect what you can do. I have hearing loss. Does that affect me doing cheer? No, things might have to be done differently, but it doesn't mean I'm any less able to do it. But before I start getting hate comments or anything, I know that it is not everyone. This doesn't apply to everyone, and I know that sometimes when you don't know that much about a disability or an illness, you don't always know if they need adjustments or if they're someone that likes to talk about it. At the same time, you shouldn't treat them differently from the get-go unless they say they need something. Does that make sense? Now, I know this is kind of similar-ish to my video from last week, but this is how we get treated as someone with a disability, and it's really hurtful because we are still humans at the end of the day, and we still have feelings. And when we get rejected, or we get people being rude to us because we have some form of disability, or we get, people make access really hard when it just doesn't need to be. Like, I was watching Molly Burke, which I've talked about her before, and she was saying in her video that she's had restaurants make it really difficult for her to bring her guide dog in when she is 100% entitled to it, and they're like, no. There's treating someone different, and there's just making the adjustments that someone needs so that they're still able to do what everyone else is doing. I've had people that will notice my hearing aids and then just suddenly stop trying to hold any form of conversation with me, and it's a bit like, well, that's a little bit rude and hurtful that just because I have hearing aids and my hearing isn't the same as yours, you don't want to bother holding a conversation, because I'm more than capable of holding a conversation if you're looking at me. And if my hair was down, you wouldn't have seen them, and you would have carried on that conversation, and you would have been chatting and carried on laughing. I saw the other day on, I think it was Fox News maybe, a guy that has Down syndrome was rejected by numerous amounts of girls to go to prom with him. Probably just because he has Down syndrome and he maybe looks a little bit different. And that, honestly, that hurt me. But then when you carry on reading the article and seeing the video, there was one girl who heard that he'd been rejected, and she out of the kindness of her heart, went and made an effort to take him to prom and make it the best night she could for him. And she didn't even know him, but she had heard what had happened, and she sees past the disability rather than seeing a disability and stopping. She sees past it and doesn't let that affect what she thought of someone, and she ended up having a really good night, and so did he, and Fox surprised them. Honestly, a lot of the time people that have disabilities or illnesses have a kinder heart. Like, don't get me wrong, like obviously there's exceptions to the rule, but like a lot of the time they've experienced stuff and they know how stuff feels, that they will be a lot kinder and like they enjoy life in a very different way. I know that a lot of it is just down to lack of understanding. It's not even necessarily that you're being nasty or you're being rude or like whatever, you just don't understand. But all you gotta do is ask. Tell me this, how would you feel if someone treated you really badly or was nasty or couldn't see through a disability? How would that make you feel? Because I'm betting it's gonna make you feel pretty darn crappy, and if it doesn't, then you're part of the problem. No offense. Well, kinda. I'm not saying it to be mean, but it's just how it is. If you don't see that that can be really hurtful to someone, treating them this way just because they have a disability or an illness that is out of their control. And as always, this was a bit of a rant, but it was also like a two-pointer. People that don't have disabilities, please just see through it. Disabilities, it doesn't change the person, and it doesn't make them any less of a human with any less feelings. And if you are someone with a disability, you are 100% not alone. So I thought, hey, it's like a 3-in-1 video. It's like a mini rant, it's like a help other people that are feeling alone, that have disabilities and are being treated like this, and it's a way to try and teach people. Yeah, if you haven't subscribed, be sure to click that subscribe button if you get a second, because you don't want to miss any of that, and you can join the little family. And all of my social media links are in the description box below, as well as my last video, and maybe even a surprise video, who knows. I think that is all for today's video, so thank you for watching, keep watching, stay strong and stay safe. Bye guys. I know that it is hard to believe stuff that you don't see. I get that.